Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another paid request, this time for Jonathan Lindsey. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, it could be a review, topic, reaction, re-review, commentary, whatever, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for the new film, The Black Phone. Now, it's based on a story by Joe Hill, who is the son of Stephen King. He's the little kid in Creepshow who Tom Atkins is the dad, and then the kid gets revenge on the end with the voodoo doll. That kid in Creepshow, that's Stephen King's son. He became an author in himself, and like I said, this is based on one of his stories. And it's written by Scott Derrickson. Now, Scott Derrickson, I don't love all of his films, but he did the first Doctor Strange, which I enjoyed, and he did this very underrated film called Deliver Us from Evil with Eric Bana, which I would say still my favorite of his. Again, I do think that's underrated. This is an exorcism type film, but it was refreshing that it was from a police officer cop angle. So, that I quite enjoyed. Now, he was going to do the sequel to Doctor Strange, but what happened was the studios, Marvel, maybe it was Kevin Feige himself, they wanted him to do one thing. He said, no, I want to go another way. They told him, no. So then Scott Derrickson pretty much said, okay, fuck off. Of course, he put it much more nicely, but it's pretty much, okay, fine, I'm not doing the film. I would like to have seen what Scott Derrickson's version of Doctor Strange 2 would have been without the Marvel Kevin Feige involvement. Again, what Scott Derrickson didn't want to do, I don't know, maybe the various things wrong with that sequel. Scott Derrickson's like, nah. And then you look at this film, it's like, yeah, this film was much better than the Multiverse of Madness. I wouldn't say it's a classic or anything, but I thought it was pretty decent. Maybe like a 3.5 out of 5 stars, at least. Because when it works, it really works. And that's because the two main kids, although are very likable, that they're very well written, I like these kids tremendously more than any of the kids in the new It movies. It or It Chapter 2. Mason Thames and Madeleine McGraw, who play brother and sister, I thought they were much more well written and likable. Ethan Hawke, I thought he did a rather good job as the villain. Very different type of role for him to play. He plays a child abductor called the Grabber. The look of the film is fairly solid. It's trying to make the theme seem like 1970s because it takes place in Denver of 1978. I thought the aesthetics, the clothing, it was pretty solid. The score fit the moody atmosphere fairly well. Like I said, it captures a 70s feeling. Even the opening credits has this creepy home movie montage aesthetic. And like I said, you have a brother and sister going to school, and they have an abusive dad played by Jeremy Davies, who he's been in a lot of stuff. He was in, I think he was in Saving Private Ryan. He was in Ravenous. That's one aspect I thought was a flaw, which I'll get to. But pretty much they're dealing with an abusive dad, and he's having it tough where the wife, the mother, had passed away, and he doesn't know how to deal with this, so he takes it, he whips his kids, including his daughter. His daughter will have dreams like the mom had dreams, and he's like, they're just dreams. And the Mason, the brother, I thought he captured this kid who, because of what's at home, he gets bullied easily at school. He doesn't stand up for himself. He's a bit quiet in his shell. I thought he captured that fairly well. And then the sister doesn't really has much more of an attitude, but wasn't annoying. Like, there's a bit where the brother's being beaten up, and she goes in and helps him out, gets a rock, hits people in the face. Or these cops are being stupid and say, what, you think I'm the grabber? You dumb fucking fart knockers? But it's not over the top like a Rob Zombie type of thing. And the gist of the plot, which a lot of is given away in the trailer, to be honest. That's one. It's not the movie's mistake, it's the marketing mistake, but our lead kid, the brother, gets grabbed, stuck in this basement, and then there's this phone, this rotary phone, doesn't work. But it rings for him, and he picks up the phone, and it's the victims of this killer trying to give him clues as to what to do and not to do next. Now, of course, the issue with that is, of course, these clues are not going to amount to anything, otherwise the movie would be over. So these clues or these tries, you know they're going to fail. That's the thing, you know they're going to fail, because if they succeeded, the movie would be over, and there you go. So, like I said, I enjoyed quite a bit of this film. It doesn't pull a stupid ending out of his butt. I thought Ethan Hawke, you have a character that seems like he maybe have multiple personality. These creepy masks that he has, it seems as if each mask he has, his demeanor changes. And the voice, I thought he did a pretty decent job of that. There's some interesting ideas. That there's a point where a ghost is talking to the lead kid, and in his perspective, he's just hearing his voice. Or he's seeing like a ghost like pointing at nothing. But then you'll have the sister having a dream, and she's seeing the ghost perspective, where the ghost is reliving another event of his life, and so is pointing at like a house, or pointing at someone, and that's why it seems like the ghost is pointing at nothing, when in his world he's pointing at something. Or the ghost says something that you're wondering, what does that have to relate to the kid, our lead? Oh no, he's saying something in his realm of like flashback, purgatory, whatever it is. And the sister's hearing it all. I thought that was kind of an interesting idea. Other aspects I liked. There's this kid his name is Robin. He's a kid who a bully picks on him, but then he uses like martial arts to take care of the bully. Although it makes me wonder, like, you have this one kid who knows martial arts, and then you have this other kid who seems like a really tough bully, and then you kind of wonder why they didn't take the grabber out. Because it's like Ethan Hawke, but it's not like Ethan Hawke is Kane Hodder or a Diesel type of guy, but I guess to be fair, they are still little kids no matter what. Or teens, however you want to put it. Now, again, the spoilers, issues I have with the film. Number one, the alcoholic dad thing. I don't think Jeremy Davies was that great in the role. And to be honest, that subplot really went nowhere. I guess you could say is adding just to the lives of the kids, but at the same time, it really didn't add anything. Like, if it was to a point where the kid has one monster at home and he's facing another monster, you just say, well, that's why he's not so scared of this guy. That's sadly what makes him different from the other kids, because he's experienced this evil and monster before, and I'm used to it. And he turns that pain into a strength. He turns into an obstacle to overcome. And all the anger and fear that he has for his alcoholic dad, with the help of these clues, he uses to overcome this guy. And like him killing the killer is like him killing his dad, or the evil in his dad. And so that by the end of the film, he confronts his dad. He's like, you're not going to do it anymore. If you ever touch my sister again, I'll kill you, or I'll go to the cops. Or none of that really comes into play. It's just, and in the spoilers, I said spoilers, Jerry Davies is a drunk, and then he whips the sister, I think he's a bit sad when the kid is gone. And then at the end, because, hey, his kid was gone and grabbed, he comes over and he apologizes. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And that's it. No kid standing up, fuck you, or I'll kill you, or you know what, I'll do to you what I did to him. Or something to like, hey, if you touch me or my sister again, you see those cops, I'm going to tell them. Or just say, fuck, just say, listen, I have something to tell you. And that's another way of him manning up, so to speak. First it was to save himself. Now he's going to do it to save him and his sister and change their lives. Now that comes into play. So again, it makes me go, this whole subplot of the thing just really didn't amount to anything. If you took it out, I mean, the kid could still be in his shell because he just bullied at school, or because of the death of his mom, or any other way. So, again, and again, if people say, well, his abusive dad is why he's in his shell. Well, during his basement dwelling, he could, I don't know, maybe have a conversation with someone where he finally tells someone what happened. And he has memories, and oh yeah, his dad used to be this way. And like he pictures a killer as his dad, and then something could be worked more into it. And again, really, and again, with Jeremy Davies, wasn't really sold on his performance 100%. Again, that whole thing just felt meh to me. It's like, okay, shot for shot's sake that he whips the girl. I didn't care for that subplot at all. I think that kind of did nothing for the film. Also, I think the film is a bit too long. I think this would work better as a short movie. Like someone mentioned in a comment somewhere I read, I forget his name, that if this was like an episode of an anthology, maybe that would work better. Because I don't know if this fills out a whole running time. Because, like, okay, the sister having dreams is some interesting visuals, but really at the end of the day, I almost want to say they don't amount to much. I mean, again, last time I'll say it, spoilers. It does, but it doesn't. It does in the fact she gets the cops to go to a place, but it's not where her brother's at, it's where these bodies are buried. Again, at least the sister did a good job. There's interesting visuals. But at the same time, there's a part of me that goes, I'd rather just stick exactly in the basement and have the audience feel how this kid feels. Being stuck in this basement with all these bare surroundings, trying to figure out what to do next, how to get out, these clues. Like I said, the clues don't really add up to much. One is dig through the hole, one is dig through the wall, and there's a freezer, but the freezer is locked. One is try to escape through the window, but the thing comes off. One is try to go upstairs, but the door's locked. Oh, you got the combination. Well, there's a dog there. So again, there's a part of me who wonders, did we really need the sister's visions? And couldn't the whole thing be a short film where it's just the kid in the basement and the clues are a little bit more valuable? I guess in essence, they are valuable in the fact of the ending where this is how it ends. Robin, his buddy, who was also grabbed, he was the guy wearing the bandana with the martial arts, he makes one call, says you gotta stand up for yourself, here, get the phone, packed with dirt, use it as a weapon. And so he uses the dirt, the stuff he dug out earlier in the film from the one caller, as a trap, and then uses a piece of the window on the bottom so the guy falls. I only use anything from the bully that called when he tried to go through the wall to the freezer that was locked. But I guess you just say that for a lot of these movies where a person's stuck in one location. They have to try something. It fails, otherwise the movie would be over already. So what more could be done? So there you go. But yeah, Ethan Hawke definitely has a creepy vibe to him. Some likable characters. One weird aspect was Ethan Hawke's character has a brother, is like a cocaine guy, and he was a bit silly. I get he was on cocaine, but I was acting like... Yeah, at one point he figures out what's going on, and he goes to the kid. He's like, "Oh man, you're never gonna believe the story of how I found you, man." And then, boom, he gets an axe to the head. And I'm like, this guy's a bit fucking goofy, a bit fucking silly. He one of my neighbor's roosters, they're laughing at it. Maybe they saw that. And that's another thing, like, do we even need the brother character with the cocaine? I guess just for finally to see Ethan Hawke kill someone. But I mean, it could be one of the detectives, like the sister's vision. She has two choices, so a detective goes on each one. And then the detective comes down, and boom, he gets killed, axe to the head. And then the kid, oh, will the cops make it, blah, blah, blah. But the kid's able to handle himself. Because, the cop's not going to make it in time, he's going to die. No, he defends himself, handles himself, boom. He walks out. It's fine. But yeah, I still thought, even with some of its nitpicks I have, flaws I have with it, I thought it was a pretty decent, pretty good film. Again, it was an interesting idea, two capable leads in the kids, good cinematography, visuals, lighting. Pretty solid performance by Ethan Hawke. Yeah, overall, yeah, I liked it. I liked it alright. I liked it pretty good. More than alright. I liked it pretty good. Like I said, it's not a favorite of the year for me. But I mean, this year, there's been some pretty decent films, so it would be in the top 10. You could probably argue this year's been better than last year in terms of movies. Just it seems like there's a decent amount of good ones out there. There's always bad ones, but there's a decent amount of good ones. And this, I definitely got more out of this than Scream 5. Definitely got more out of this than Chainsaw Massacre 2022. God forbid, while I actually liked the characters, and that helps a lot in the movie. I rooted for the lead kid. I rooted for him to stand up for himself, and he did. And I like the way it's done. And the guy's trapped, and this thing that kept going from one of the ghosts, his arm is really mint. He's got a mint of an arm. And then, okay, that's leading up to he gets the phone cord, gets Ethan Hawke, breaks his neck. Like, yeah, it's nice to be rousing. Root for the hero, root for the kid. I thought Scott Derrickson accomplished that aspect fairly well, where you cheer the death of the villain, and there's no sequel. There's always talks of sequels when films are hits. Not every damn movie needs to be a franchise. Not every damn movie needs to be a sequel. This is one of those one and done deals. It's one and done. You don't need any more sequels. Oh, is the Ethan Hawke's characters are ghosts? No, you don't need anything else. Just be glad your film was successful. One and done. Move on. Again, not every fucking film needs a sequel. Not every fucking film needs a franchise. I don't know what is it that people don't understand about this. No one gave a crap about Sinister 2. No one gave a crap about Don't Breathe 2. And no one would give a crap about The Black Phone 2. Granted, I don't like those other films, but there are other people who did like them. Sinister One and Don't Breathe. And even they didn't really give a crap about a sequel. I'm one of those that like this film, don't need a sequel. So anyway, overall, liked it. Like I said, I do think some things could be fixed to help the pacing, and again, the brother character, again, the way he came off as goofy, the Ethan Hawke's brother, I should say, that character. Again, the sister's visions, I could deal with it because I liked her performance and some of the visual aspects. The alcoholic, abusive dad thing. Honestly, I would just prefer they drop that whole thing. Because like I said, it's put in there and really nothing comes of it. And even at the end, there's no standing up to the guy or anything in between. And I thought, then it makes it seem a bit more pointless to me. But that's just me. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. Pretty good film. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.